Can't Tear My Eyes From You, Chapter 3. Love is a 4-letter word.
Can't tear my eyes from you. Nothing else that I can do.
Love. Is there any force in the world more powerful than love?
Well, we met at a party we were invited to. Actually, she was invited to the party. I just snuck in to do some, research. I probably shouldn't say whose party it was, but we were in Boulder, so you can probably get an idea from that.
Fancy entertainment types. Kings and queens of America. The anointed, you know how it is.
And Georgia, she was there doing her job, trying to squeeze gossip out of anyone who would talk to her, which is everyone.
Important people like to talk about themselves, and everyone else likes to hear them talk. My service is just connecting the two, giving everybody what they want. I'm filling a vital social niche. But then
she set her sights on me. And when a woman like her starts looking at you like that, she said she recognized me.
I'm gonna stop you right there because this is important, Cap. That is not what I said.
Yeah? And what did you say?
I said you looked like somebody.
Okay, what's the difference exactly?
Keep telling it and maybe you'll find out.
Well, I told her I wasn't anybody in particular.
There he goes again.
Okay, now I get it.
Took you long enough? May I?
Oh, you're really going to embarrass me on TV like this?
Nothing would make me happier because in a room full of TV stars, you were the handsomest man there. And the kindest and the smartest. You're more somebody than any star I've ever met.
Thanks. Now can I get a turn?
And let you embarrass me on national television? I think not, Mr. Whittaker. No.
Adorable, aren't they? Don't you just want to eat them alive? And listen, I'm not talking about the kind of love you have for Grandma or Fido or even your own child. I'm talking about love. Real love. We call it romantic love these days, sure, but that was invented by suckers who aren't getting any, and we all know it.
You couldn't get your hands off me when we first met.
You were in my yoga class, and you looked like you were going to snap both your hamstrings like an overtuned guitar. I was adjusting you to protect you.
Yeah, but you can't tell me you didn't like what you saw.
I saw a man in his early 20s with enough money to afford a yoga retreat in Bermuda.
With, like, killer calves, though.
With killer calves, yes.
Mm-hmm. And that was a crazy trip, too. That was once in a lifetime. No, that was once in a planet's lifetime kind of stuff. 2 words. Hurricane Zora. Ever heard them?
Everyone knows about Zora, Dennis.
You know, I was reading a scientific journal. Very advanced stuff.
Don't be too impressed. They're podcasts he listens to on the toilet.
Great thinkers fill every second with great thought. We call that stuffing, honey.
Nobody calls it stuffing.
Just stuffing the hole. That's what they call it.
Okay.
The hole. Brain hole. Hole. Anyway, the journal, it said that scientists still don't know how a hurricane could cause a whirlpool that strong. They said it probably wasn't even technically a whirlpool because no whirlpool we've ever recorded has been powerful enough to compact stone like that. Like an accordion, they said. Just sucked Bermuda right down to the bottom of the ocean like it got flushed down the freaking toilet. And we got to see it from the evacuation boats. That's crazy lucky, right? A freak natural disaster so rare and over so fast, we don't even know what it is. And we got to see it with our own eyes. How cool is that?
I don't think the people living on Bermuda at the time thought it was cool.
Sure, obviously, but still, I mean,
But
you
still
gotta...
what, Dennis? How are you going to make a mass watery grave sound cool, exactly?
Okay, I kind of thought all that "it's so horrible" stuff went without saying, but here we are.
Jedediah, if you use this footage on the air, just give us a second of privacy, all right? Dennis, we're going to take this again.
So I say one little thing that's not totally PC, and we have to do it all over again for Raine.
Love's the thing that matters most. Don't believe me? Change the channel right now. I dare you. Change it if you can, and I'll bet good American dollars that love burning as hot as a fever in a tanning bed on the surface of the sun is what you're gonna find on Channel 2. You didn't even bother, did you? Good. Because in a world like ours, on a planet where things get harder and hotter every year, month, day, love is what's gonna show us how to make it through.
Well, I had to find a work placement for my PhD program, and I thought, Holly, you're studying mental health. Why don't you go someplace people really need it? So I took an internship with the Army, and they transferred me right to the southern front of the water wars down there in Tijuana. And they were so short-staffed, I was given a caseload on my first day. I wasn't even on the psychiatry track. I was just a researcher. And for my first session, he comes walking in.
I wasn't walking.
That's right. He was in a wheelchair then. Injured in combat, poor thing. And look at him. So strong. A real man. The kind we say is just in the movies, you know? But there he was. And he was sensitive, too. That's the other thing. He had seen such horrible things. Go on, Murdock. Tell them what you told me.
That's, still secure information.
No, it isn't. You were telling our pastor just the other day. It was down by Morelos, wasn't it?
Not Morelos. Just a little village. I don't think it has a name anymore. Settlement surrounded a natural lake. Lake went unnoticed by intel for years because it was hidden in a cave at the bottom of a canyon. Brass sent special forces, that's us, to secure. Months of fighting. We were trying to starve them out, get them to surrender. It's guerrilla warfare down there. Nasty stuff, but too close quarters for explosives. Bioweapons would risk poisoning the water, so that's out. We're building up to a big assault, clear the whole village so we can set up the pumps to harvest the lake and get out. But when we get in there, they're all already dead. Every single one of them.
He was so beat up by it, and I told him...
There was a nuclear plant nearby, from back when we thought that was going to save us. When the locals learned we were going to invade, one of them must have taken a barrel of nuclear waste and poisoned the lake with it. Killed everyone. Or maybe they all decided to do it together, I don't know. Women and kids. Everyone. All we found was a message scratched into the stone underfoot. Dejarán a Mexico en paz si nos elvamos el agua. One of my buddies had to translate it for me. If we take the water away, will you leave Mexico alone?
Which is just horrible, isn't it? All that water, poisoned for a generation.
Wasn't much water to begin with. Bad intel. Barely a pond. We all probably drank more than that just trying to get it.
So I tried to do for him what I could. He needed someone to help him build up his confidence again, get past all that nasty guilt. So I told him, I'll be your confidence. If you need to know how good you are, you just ask your Holly. Don't waste a second on the voices inside telling you what you're worth. Trust my eyes since you can't trust your own. And I'll never forget what he said to me. He looked at me and he said, Doctor, I think you might be the prettiest girl in this room.
She was the only girl in the room.
And you were the only man, Squish. And look at him. Who could say no to that?
Because, well, stop me if this feels relatable, folks, but do you ever feel like something's missing in your life? I'll bet you do. And that's not right, is it? I mean, come on. We're the greatest people in the world, so why don't we feel great? What are we missing? What was taken from us? I've got the answer for you. It's love. And with the help of this program, we're bringing love back to the USA, back to every single one of you watching at home. I guarantee it.
How we met? That's actually a funny story. It was here in Massachusetts. I signed up for a competition show filming around here because I thought it'd be less hot up north. Stupid mistake, obviously. But it led to the best thing I've got going in my life. So I'm not about to complain, right, babe? So anyway, I got the dates wrong, and I ended up in Chelmsford a week early. And one day I'm walking around town looking for a way to kill some time, right? And then I see something that absolutely floors me. A library. I couldn't believe it. I hadn't seen one of those since I was a kid.
And, you know, Kansas started selling off whatever. That's not the point. Sorry. I'm just excited. then I'm walking through the library, right? And I see her.
And wow, sometimes you just know, you know? She was listening to music and reading some massive book, biggest book I'd ever seen. And I thought, damn, I could learn a thing or two from this girl, you know? My world, she could make my world so much bigger than it is. It's funny. I'm realizing I don't even know what you were reading about, babe.
Journal of the Plague Year by Daniel Defoe. It's not that big a book.
You're always so modest. I swear one time I stopped off at the doctor for a checkup, right? And she starts this big book in the waiting room. By the time I'm done,
I wasn't
she's
even
already...
supposed to be in the library that day. My Aunt Goat, she used to do this thing she called rehearsal days, where without warning, she'd wake me up way before the sun with this siren sound. Then I'd have to grab my bug-out bag and head for the hills, hide in the woods and stay alive until we met at sundown at the Rendezvous. That's what she calls it. Rendezvous. She thanks me every time I correct her, and then it's back again next time. Rendezvous.
Oh, hey, do you think your aunt would want you to...
It doesn't matter. She's not watching.
She's... Really? But I thought you said... But, yeah, it must have been a great book because you seemed really sucked into it.
I usually blew off rehearsal days back when I lived with my aunt. I'd hide in the library until about an hour before sunset, then rub some dirt on my face and leaves in my hair and go meet her. But she said we had to prepare because the world was ending. Biblical floods and skyrocketing temperatures and whole ecosystems dying out and whatever the hell is happening with the mosquitoes. And any day could be the day when it all comes crumbling down and we have to run. Run where? Who knows? I know she has maps with plans and routes all over them, but who knows if they lead anywhere. I felt scared skipping rehearsal days because it's true. I mean, obviously, it's all true, but I was just so bored of them. So instead, I'd go to the library and read books about the end of the world. That felt like preparing too, in a way. Because the end of the world, we act like it's new, you know? Like it's some especially cruel thing that's only happening to us. But it isn't. The world ends all the time. There used to be big plagues every century, and they've just gotten quicker. The Spanish flu, and AIDS, and COVID-19, and blood fever, and inside-out pox, the Black Death. Half of Europe gone. And that was centuries before Defoe or the Great Plague of London. And you read about that. You read about what the streets looked like, how scared people were, how they couldn't talk to each other or touch each other even. And you think, maybe we don't have it so bad after all.
Anouk, if you need to take a minute, we can get some air and try this again. I'll talk to Jed.
No, you're right. You're right. Nobody wants to talk about the end of the world. Why would they? We've all already got front row seats.
Babe,
I just didn't sleep. I'm sorry. I must be blowing things out of proportion. Because you've got to conclude that's the problem, right? Obviously, if you can't say what's scaring you and if everybody around you says it's fine, then it must be fine. Reality is just what we all agree is happening.
Could we, I'm sorry, but could we just cut for just a second?
So we scoured the country for the best couples we could find, all in search of the next great romance, America's sweethearts. That's why our expert researchers built the algorithm, a top-of-the-line digital learning model designed to search America for potential and design challenges to test the power of our prospective sweethearts' love. Say hi to America, Al.
Hi to America, Al.
Oh, don't be fooled, folks. She might sound cute, but our algorithm is one tough cookie. In this country, we know the simple fact that greatness is created under pressure, and pressure is just what she's been programmed to provide. Which couples will rise to the occasion? Which will crumble? What grand shape of love will form in the algorithm's crucible? You'll need these answers to save yourself, people, because we're all boarding the Ark 2 by 2, and that umbrella's not gonna keep you dry for too long. So don't touch that dial, America, because without love, without real love, why bother living at all? We're hunting for America's sweethearts. $100 million and a plot of land rated safe for 75 years is on the line. And today, in our very first challenge, someone will be eliminated. I'm your host, Jedediah Jordan, and this is Can't Tear My Eyes From You. Well, what did you think? Gonna be a hell of a show, isn't it?
Something that I want to watch per se. It's just something like it's just on my profession.
I knew it. I knew you'd love it. And just wait. I'm telling you, just wait. The fans are gonna lose their minds over this.
That's nice, Jedediah, but can I ask what the executives at Studio Laplace thought of it?
That's funny, Georgia. Oh, that's really good. That's something I like about you people. You have a sense of humor. That's gonna be useful, so hold on to that. Now, come on. What are we waiting for? Your first elimination challenge is out in the quad. Let's go!
This show is going to be a disaster.
Do you think so? Oh, I'm up for tenure next year. This won't hurt my chances, will it? You wouldn't let them, would you, Murdock?
Don't act a fool, you won't look a fool.
Well, it isn't like I was planning.
I don't think it's that easy anyway. They edit these shows, you know? I read all about it before we came here. The edit, they call it.
Oh, that's what they call it when they edit the show? Very insightful.
Thank you. And at dinner last night, we saw the, what do you call it? The teaser trailer. And the algorithm had made all of its changes already. With the first full episode airing in a few hours, well, I don't think anybody will be looking at the final cut before it goes on the airwaves.
So, we're all just going to look however that computer wants us to?
Don't say wants. It doesn't want anything. It's just a... Well, the quick and dirty version is, it's a kind of automated information combiner, according to Jordan. It just looks through whatever information it's been fed, draws automatic connections based on internal criteria, and presents us with those connections. And because we're wired to think inferentially, when it presents us with inferences, we call that thinking, even though it's not really the same thing.
But what information did they feed it?
That's the question, isn't it?
Money's money, people. Come on. If you can't put a smile on your face for $100 million, are you even alive?
Stay smiling no matter how the weather looks. That's the Dennis Cruz method, isn't it?
Is this all a little weird? I mean, of course, but this is the entertainment industry, people. We're all mad here.
Weird isn't really our biggest problem, I don't think.
Well, I think we should all listen to Mr. Cruz. We're all competitors in this, of course, but he has the most experience out of anybody here. And I think we can rely on his judgment.
And if that judgment is wrong, I'm a respected name in spiritual healing. I have a line of self-lighting, appropriation-free incense releasing on my merch store next month. I can't just sit here and take this kind of professional embarrassment.
I'm not sure you have a choice, honey. You signed on the dotted line just like the rest of us.
And hey, come on, there's no reason to say the sky's falling yet, right? So the intro was a little rough, so the cuts were a little messy, and it lingered on, well, some stuff that made the vibe pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
We're dealing with new tech here, people. A computer's never made a show before.
That's not even remotely true. We've experimented with computer-generated scripts, effects, art, everything for decades now.
But it's never run the whole show, has it? That's new. We're the early adopters, and it's gonna have a few bugs, but we're making history. Like, let's say this is a disaster. Sure, Raine, you're savvy. Tell me you couldn't spin this into a series of expensive courses about aligning your key in the face of technological oppression.
Actually, it's pronounced chi.
No, he said it right.
But the other...
And hey, come on, fellow, Dennis, level with me here. You're telling me that being at ground zero for an extremely public AI disaster wouldn't give you fodder for interviews in every tech journal that's ever covered your games?
Well, sure, I'd already thought of that, obviously.
Holliday can squeeze a few research papers out of the psychological effects this is going to have on us. Hell, I'll be your first lab rat if you want. George has got the gossip on lock, and Capote's probably got his next novel brewing already.
This is a competition. Why should we believe you're helping us?
It's a competition, sure, but you gotta remember that it's entertainment, too. This show doing well benefits all of us, right? More eyeballs on the TV means more people know our names, means more opportunities in the future. If we put on a good enough show, even the couple that gets eliminated today can spin that into a few bucks. We've got a shared interest, is what I'm saying. So, like, look, someone's going home today. Jed told me that much himself, but we can't know who yet. And we all get paid down the line if this show is entertaining. And nothing's more entertaining than a bunch of interesting, likable people having fun competing. So let's just do our best and enjoy it, all right? Come on, the game's waiting.
Your husband is really something.
He is. I've never seen him in one of these shows before. Is he good at them?
There's nobody else like him, that's for sure. And how are you?
Me? I'm fine. You?
No, I'm asking, and I think we'd both like it if you gave me an answer. So, how are you?
It's tough. It's just tough right now.
You seem better now than you were in that clip Jedediah played.
Well, I've had enough coffee since then to do a decent human being impression. It'll probably take me a few more pots to actually reach human, though. Was it that bad?
Well, they didn't give you the most flattering edit, that's for sure. I don't think anybody got one of those except for Georgia and the little one, whatever his name is.
Capote.
Weird name. And I like weird, of course, but still. Weird. And I can't believe that's the clip they used for me and Dennis. Completely out of context. We knew it would happen, obviously. It always does. But there's still something so violating about watching yourself and thinking, people will look at this nasty bitch and think it's me. I might have said those things, but that doesn't mean that's me.
Raine, can I ask an honest question?
Never ask permission to speak the truth. Ask permission to lie, maybe, but the truth belongs to everyone. Hit me.
Does it bother you at all, being with a man who's a gigantic non-stop asshole?
Well, look who has something to say.
I'm sorry. I know he's your husband.
Anouk, every time you apologize, you carve off a little sliver of your soul and give it away. And it's a small thing, that sliver, tiny, really, but you'll never get it back. And knowing that, does it make any sense at all to spend your soul on an apology?
I mean, how big is the sliver compared to the rest of the soul?
Cute. You're very cute, you know that? You're right. It was bad, what Dennis said. When we were in recording, we got in a fight after that, and because it was just us and the camera, the algorithm, or whatever, we fought for a long time. Nobody was there to stop us, and sometimes he says, just the stupidest things you've ever heard. He's smart, very smart. He just doesn't think.
That's worse, though.
The point is that after all that, we tried it again, and for a few minutes, it was really nice. Really sweet. I would never call Dennis kind. Kindness isn't really what I'm looking for. And anyway, we all know that the modern concept of kindness was invented back in 1900s to sell Coca-Cola.
I think that's Santa Claus.
And just as imaginary. Thank you for understanding.
Raine, just in the interests of, well, being honest, do you even like your Dennis?
Why would I like him? I love him. How about you?
How about what?
Do you like your Dennis? Because America certainly does. And look, don't take this the wrong way or anything, but the two of you don't make a whole lot of sense. From the outside looking in, at least.
I do. He's my closest friend. And I love him too. It's weird, because I've never actually dated a man before Dennis. You know, so it's different from what I'm used to. And I'm getting used to the ways it's different, still. But he wasn't putting on a show. You know, he's not a big reader, but he always wants to know about what I'm reading. It's like he doesn't have art already in him. So he loves hearing about it from people who do. And he's so funny and patient and kind. I feel like a mess when I'm not around him.
You two have a decent chance of winning this thing, don't you? The audience is going to love you.
I wouldn't say that, because...
Cap, are you coming?
Oh, yeah. Sure, in a minute.
Hold that thought. It looks like we have a spy problem. Is there something you'd like to share with us, short stuff?
No. I was just... Excuse me.
Sorry. You were saying?
Never mind. It won't matter in a few hours anyway.
If you say so. Want to go see what carnival games Jedediah set up for us?
Not really.
No, that's the spirit. Come on, let's go meet our beaux.
Me and my girls are here at the Grand Canyon Memorial Reservoir to do a little fishing. But we're not using worms as bait.
We aren't? No worms except Betsy, anyway.
But, guys...
Just hold still, Bet.
What? But is that a bungee cord? All right, girls. Are we ready?
Yeah!
I'm serious, okay? I don't feel good about this. The Grand Canyon Reservoir's been toxic for years, and there are stories about all kinds of strange and hungry animals living in there. Then let's rip. My name's Valentina Ride. We're the Rough Riders.
You guys quit it!
And we like it rough.
Ha!
Come on, girls. We can't let Betsy have all the fun.
Oh,
For 5 years, the Rough Riders have traveled across America to give you everything your nasty little hearts could ever want to see on television. Megumi?
We've done stunts so wild the Federal Broadcasting Commission had to make up new rules just to keep up with us. Siobhan?
We may have just ended our run, but that doesn't mean you have to stop watching. It's like Valentina always said.
The world's scary out there, and it's getting scarier by the day. So we might as well get our thrills while we can. So come back and relive all your favorite stunts with your 4 favorite babes. Like our minefield crossing catapult, engineered by Siobhan, the brainy one.
Did somebody order a pizza? Because here's Betsy delivery.
Siobhan, you told me I was just checking the catapult. Siobhan, you promised I'd get to ride the catapult.
Or maybe you prefer the devious pranks of Megumi, the mean one.
Shh, here she comes.
See the real poison arrow frog and the coloration. Oh God, my eyes!
Pranked you.
Is this acid? How is that a prank?
Well, before you didn't have acid in your face, and now you do. Pranked you. And of course, there's our fearless stunt woman, Valentina Ride. She's basically Evel Knievel in a G-string.
Come on, Megumi. You don't know what Evil was wearing underneath all that leather.
We're wasting daylight, Beth. I have to go for it. It's not a good time. It's always a good time for danger. Look, you hired me because I care for dangerous animals, right? Monster Wrangler, right. They aren't monsters. They're predictable if you treat them right. And I'm telling you that in the early morning, grizzlies are very active. Motorcycles all warmed up. Have to do the stunt, Beth. But you don't have to drive by that mother with the baby bear tied to your back. Bye, Beth. Valentina, wait. No. Oh, no. Don't come this way, Mama. But why? I don't even have your baby.
But of course, we wouldn't be the Rough Riders you know and love without our dangerous animals expert, Betsy. We've got you in our hearts, Bets,
For legal reasons, we have to clarify that Betsy isn't dead and did not die on air.
Let's see what Bets is doing right now.
So don't cry 'cause it's over. Smile 'cause it happened. And now you can relive the trauma anytime you like. Only on America's favorite channel.
Hello there, lovebirds. Are we ready for our first challenge?
Why, of course, Mr. Jordan. And what a beautiful day for our first challenge, too. I'm sure your cameras will have a great view. Are there cameras on us now?
Oh, Holly, the cameras are always rolling.
I assume our challenge is behind that gigantic curtain?
That would be correct, Georgia. I hope you're all excited to see this, lovebirds. Behind those prodigious flaps lies the very first competition show challenge researched, designed, and executed completely by an artificial mind.
Executed? That's a little vague, don't you think?
And what a challenge we have ahead of us, folks. That's right. The very first challenge designed entirely by a computer mind, only on Can't Tear My Eyes From You. Now, Al's not alone in this, of course. She's aggregated millennia of human writing on love, relationships, and entertainment to build this trial for you. When she finished her blueprints last night, I just fell in love with this challenge. Are we ready to see it?
Last night? But
wouldn't you have had to plan this months ago?
Well, she had to get to know you first, didn't she?
What on earth does that mean?
Here we go. Fire it up, Al.
With pleasure, Jedediah.
Well, that sounds elaborate.
What trial will our lovers have to face first? Feast your eyes on the newlywed mame!
What? What did he just say?
The newlywed game, I think. But we already have one of those. I don't think they can do that.
I don't think that's what he said anyway. It sounded
Righto, we get the point. Can you give it a rest already? Thank you. Oh, gotta love the old girl, but she has a tendency to get a little overexcited. So, what do y'all think?
Well, mostly I think it's just two big sets of metal doors behind your big curtain.
Plenty of surprises in store. Wanna walk us through our first challenge, Al?
I'd just love to, Jedediah. Okay, so in this challenge, we're testing both how well our couples know one another and what they're willing to risk to provide for one another. These are the rules. First, each couple decides which of them will be the runner. The runner will make their way to the two gates in front of you, labeled faithful and unfaithful. Then, they'll be asked a question about their partner. If they answer correctly, they'll run the obstacle course behind the easier, faithful doors. If they're incorrect, they'll be required to run the harder course instead. If they make it to the end, we get to do it all over again with another pair of gates hiding another pair of obstacle courses. Pretty good, right?
That's fine, Al, but answering questions and running laps, well, that sounds more like high school gym class than a test of love. We're supposed to be testing their love under pressure here. Where's the risk? What are the stakes?
I'm so glad you asked, Jedediah. Failing the course will result in immediate elimination. And if an elimination occurs, the challenge will end right then. Whichever contestant completes the most obstacle courses will win our prize for their beloved.
A prize? What kind of prize?
I'm so glad you asked, Dennis L.
Shut up.
If at any time a couple wishes to forfeit instead of risking elimination in the obstacle course, they may do so by unanimous agreement.
But that's not what he asked.
Gosh, thank you for reminding me. If all contestants forfeit, and therefore no contestant is eliminated by the obstacle course, the elimination will instead fall upon the contestant that completed the fewest courses.
Sorry, folks. I think the old bucket of bolts might have dislocated a function somewhere. You all take a minute to decide on who's taking the test and who's staying behind, all right? Looks like it's up to Jedediah to do a little debugging. Hold that thought.
And in the event that two contestants have both completed the same number of courses, and those contestants are at the bottom of the ranking for number of courses completed, elimination will be determined by a group tribunal conducted under the laws underlined in section.
Just a second now.
What does he think he's doing?
Shut up, Dennis L.
Don't call me that. That chromed up tower has nothing to do with the AI. Does he think we're stupid?
Shut up, Dennis L.
Don't call me that. You wouldn't keep any major components of whatever machine you've put your AI on outside. That thing must be connected to some server farm somewhere if he's got a brain.
Dennis L.
What? What is it, Raine R? What?
First, that doesn't work, and it's honestly sad that you just tried it. And second, who gives a shit? No matter how awful this show is, I am not going home first. Now get over here so we can get our story straight.
Anouk?
Obviously, I'll be the strategist here.
Anouk, hey, stay with me here. We're almost done, I promise.
Dennis, where did all this come from? The quad was empty yesterday.
I don't know! Whatever crew Jed's working with here must be really quick. They must have worked all night.
I didn't hear any construction in the night.
Yeah, it doesn't matter anyway. We're getting out of here, remember? Jed and I promised us that after this challenge, someone gets to go home. That's gonna be us. I promise. Now listen, if I'm ever gonna get to go on one of these shows again, we need to make this look legit. You got a reputation for being a quitter on one of these things, and you stop getting invited generally.
Another show? Dennis, I know you really, really want to provide for both of us, but I'm really starting to think I'd rather...
Sorry, I'm gonna have to cut you off there just a sec, babe, because they never give you enough time to have these conversations.
D.
Here's the plan. I do the obstacle course. First question, we get right, and I clear the first course, no problem. Second question, we get wrong, I throw in the towel, we come in last. Dunzo, we're out.
But what if someone else also quits?
Then it goes to tribunal. We make a dramatic exit, gone scot-free, easy.
What is tribunal? Is that like a thing on these shows?
Sometimes. They make stuff up for these shows all the time. We'll figure it out.
D, come on.
Now, here's the one possible shift in the plan. What if the prize for this thing is really good?
Dennis!
Time's up, lovebirds. Everybody who's running the courses, find a mark in front of the big gates. Everyone else, you're over here with me.
We'll do great, babe. Out of here before you know it, I promise. Ace round 1, throw round 2, go home with my babe. Ace round 1.
He always keeps his promises. He always keeps his promises.
That's the hook, Al. What do you say we reel him in?
I'm detecting that you've decided to use metaphor in this command. Give me a second to run my figurative language interpretation drive to see if I understand you. Understood. Would you like me to order fishing gear for all of the contestants, or will this be a private getaway between you?
Just do what I say. You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
I'm so sorry, Jedediah, but I don't have a back. Is there
do
anything
what I tell
else?
you, and we'll all get what we want.
Nothing would make me happier.
If you like our stories and you'd like us to keep making them, please follow us and spread the word about us on social media, including at The Penumbra Podcast on Instagram and TikTok, The Penumbra Podcast on Facebook, and at thepenumbrapod.bsky.social on Blue Sky. If you have a little bit to spare, we have merch galore available for you to buy, including t-shirts, mugs, posters, recordings of live shows, official soundtracks, and so much more. You can find those at www.shopthepenumbrapodcast.com. The kind of support that helps us most of all, though, is a recurring monthly subscription over at the Penumbra Special Edition at thepenumbrapodcast.supercast.com. You can receive early ad-free episodes and a huge amount of behind-the-scenes content, including production scripts, commentaries, live streams, and so much more. We have all of this available for the same price on our old Patreon at patreon.com/thepenumbrapodcast as well, but we get a better rate on your contributions over at the Special Edition, so if you want your dollar to go farther in helping us, that's the place to go. We use your contributions to pay our actors and artists competitive rates, purchase equipment and license software that allows us to work and record remotely with a wide range of performers, and buy time to work obsessively on these stories to make them as good as they can be. If you want indie art to continue existing, please consider supporting it how you can. Thank you. And hey, speaking of behind-the-scenes content, one of our favorite awards is our companion podcast for Thirst, Wet Hot American Doomsday, where Harley and I chat with the actors and artists of Thirst. This week, we're talking about the collision of horror and comedy with Tooky Kavanagh and Alexander Stravinsky.
And sometimes it's scary to say the funny thing because it's true. Sometimes it's like, oh, there are situations where someone with a little bit more couth than I might bite their tongue, right?
there are audiences who can and cannot handle being told about themselves, from an outsider at that.
We'd also like to give special thanks to our endless gratitude tier supporters who give so generously to keep our show alive. Michaela Bear, Skyfire Forever, Radius Elna, the Werners thanking the Penumbra team for preserving and creating, June Gashoku, Jonathan the Wilkes, Raine and Pippin, Kiki's podcast patronage service, Gregory Seidman, Ari Berry, Jay Hull, Diana Cause, Desert Willow, Eden the Gay Bookworm, Jane Marie Cohen, Tanya's Robot Repair, Chloe DeMoulin, Charlie Kane, Joey Minshew, In Memory of Spiral Opal, and Genetic. Thank you all so much. This episode of Thirst, Chapter 3, Love's a Four-Letter Word, was performed by Joshua Elon as Dennis Cruz, Melody Perera as Anouk Kalhara, Amanda Egbu as Georgia Whittaker, Quinn McKenzie as Capote Whittaker, Marge Dunn as Raine Randolph, Stefano Perti as Dennis Lang, Marc Pierre as Sergeant Murdock, Eleanore Cho Fellerhoff as Holliday Murdock, Alexander Stravinsky as the host, and Tooky Kavanagh as the algorithm. The Can't Tear My Eyes From You theme was written by Harrison M. Beck. Our composer is Ryan Vibert. Our graphic designer is Jeff Wright. Our head of operations is Ginny D'Angelo. Thirst and the Penumbra podcast are created and produced by Harley Takagi Kaner, our director and sound designer, as well as Kevin Vibert, that's me, our lead writer. For additional credits, including credits for ensemble roles, our script editing team, our transcripts, and more, check out the show notes for this episode. That's all the apocalypse we have time for today. Thanks for listening, and stay hydrated.